Morning everyone, welcome to DOdaily. Wake up to walk. Des here again by the world famous Trent Bridge. Not the usual on tour location where I tried to get on a Friday morning. Another damp and dark night has meant that I've had to default back to the place I use so much during the winter. But I absolutely love getting down by the river. That's a calming influence on its own. Never mind the cold, refreshing air, which is clearing my mind a little bit. I have got plans for a new wake up to walk adventure in the next couple of weeks. As the mornings draw out, I'll be looking to start that and bring you something just a little bit different. A bit like the Robin Hood walk last year. I've got another one for this year. But I mentioned there, sort of clearing the mind and sort of refreshing. I think this week kind of need that without sort of regretting anything. I definitely don't. I look back to the start of the week when I spoke about doing what we think and know is right and how important that is. And I've definitely done that. Yesterday, Time to Talk Day was heavily, the subject was heavily involving mental health, and on Thursday Thoughts I spoke a lot about some of the things I've done, some of the sort of things I've experienced, what have got me to a point where I feel I need to speak about these things, where I feel that I need to do what I want to do, and I need to do what's right for me. And it was heavy, in points. It does remind me, and I do need that time like now to sort of bring myself back to all the positive things and look forward. And that's just a great sort of reason to be out, isn't it? But like I said, I don't regret any of that stuff. There's still massive stigma around the subject. I know when I talk about it, people find it difficult. For as much as they say they want to do this, they want to do that, for me it's about consistency and doing whatever I can. And I understand that not everybody can do the same kind of things, but whether DOdaily is your thing or not, whether somebody being honest and being out there about the way they're feeling, the way they live their ups and downs is your thing, it's my thing. It's what I believe could help. It's a realistic approach. I've said it so much, and I'm not discrediting sort of professionals, but you've got the professionals to look at the nitty-gritty stuff. But I don't think that's the answer sort of on the ground. The answer for me is almost sort of people relating into it, finding solutions and outcomes, taking small actions that make us that little bit better. We can have all the science in the world thrown at us, but if you're not in the right place, you're just going to switch off. So yeah, it was a deep one, but that just made me feel even better about what I do. I don't plan from day to day. I don't plan an episode. But having said what I said on Monday, really sort of strongly putting my point across about doing what we think's right. Yesterday was just a classic example of me doing that, and I felt so good for doing it. But of course it leaves those sort of scars on you, it opens those scars up a little bit, I guess, and it just reminds you. So I won't lie, I've kind of thought about some of that stuff overnight, and sort of it gets to me, some of the things I spoke about. But do check it out. It's one of those where I put on my social media when I share it. It's raw, it's honest, but it makes me feel fantastic for doing it as well. However, this morning, like I say, I can look forward knowing I've done the right thing again. I've made a big issue out of a subject that's so important to me, and that I want to just keep attacking, but not always in the same way. Those days like Time to Talk, which have got a label to them, which are specific campaigns, they're really, really important. but it is an issue for every day. So we've got to do all the things that just keep us ticking along. For me, getting out for a walk in the very, very limited time I've got, it's just really, really helped me. I've explained there why, just sort of clearing my mind of those, that not so nice stuff. I wouldn't even say negative. Out of adversity has come a lot of positivity, so it's just not so nice. But now, by getting out here, I can really, really start attacking the day and the weekend ahead. And that's what it's all about on a Friday, isn't it? Really, really, I'm really somebody who tends to think they live for the weekend, and my hobbies and the fact I can meet more people and I enjoy being around people tend to happen at the weekend, like most of us, because that's when we get free time. So now, having done all that, feel like I've done the right thing, I can really sort of set about the things I've got to do. Feels like the start of the weekend on a Friday morning. So even just by getting out here, it makes me feel like I'm extending it to some degree, sort of prolonging it, and that's great as well, isn't it? We all want to prolong it. Whilst I have got work to do, don't get me wrong, I've always got something to do on a Friday, got lots of projects to work at and lots of real work, so to speak. It just feels that little bit easier. Treat myself to a coffee and a croissant on a Friday morning, and whilst again it's such a small thing, those little things are just small wins in life, aren't they? How many times, probably not said it for a long time, but at the start of DOdaily, when I was talking on a Friday, we always spoke about the small wins, and the little build up, getting out here, knowing I've done this, treating myself to a coffee and a croissant instead of the protein shakes I've been drinking all week. It's just those small wins that make us feel good. And then when the working day's finished, I feel prepared and ready to do all the really good things. And this weekend, that's particularly important because it is a busy one again. It always tends to be a busy one, doesn't it? After an amazing weekend last week, which really sort of started building the momentum and picked me up and put me in the frame of mind just to say things as they are. I think I'm quite honest and open with that kind of thing anyway, but the stronger I get, the more I enjoy things, it just sort of makes me more determined to keep pushing on. But that amazing weekend in London with the guys has just sort of made me want to do the same this weekend. And whilst I've got lots and lots to do, it's going to be lots and lots of fantastic time as well. More time with friends. I'm actually travelling to a 10k event which will take place on Sunday, but I'm going to Skegness tomorrow. It's going to be cold, mind. With a few friends, stopping overnight, so we'll get some time to relax before my first running event for a good few months now, and one I feel a little bit more prepared for all the effort I've put in. Again this week, by feeling that little bit better, I feel I've been able to get out and do my activity, get more walks in. The walks are just as important as the runs, but I'm preparing for this 10k knowing I'm in a much better place. I'm not in a perfect place, mind, but I'm in a much better place. And for us runners, for somebody who encourages it the way I do and believes it's a real passion and something they've stumbled across a little bit later than perhaps most people, the race days are the ones we really look forward to. Whilst it's not about being competitive with anyone else, I want to go out there and test myself against some of the goals and targets I've set, and like I say, a strong week, a strong-minded week like what's gone, it's just the perfect way to go into these things, because it's confidence in any sort of aspect of your life just builds in others, and I feel that's what's happening with the running. So looking forward to that event massively, even though there's a little bit of trepidation. It's 10k, I've not done that kind of distance for a while, but with 9 or 10 of the Do Running guys as well, that would be absolutely brilliant. Got the extra incentive of hurrying up, because I have got to be back, because as I keep mentioning, as always seems to be the case, you can see just there, the world famous City ground. There's another massive football match there, another one to get excited about, more local rivals. This time we're going to beat Leicester, hopefully. I'm sure somebody will remind me of that if we don't. But a chance to have a go at a Premier League team, full house, excitement. And that's what it's about. It's like people might not understand why I reference football so much, but it's almost like the running, isn't it? You put the hard work in, you prepare yourself, you put the hard miles in and train. With the football, it's almost about going through the bad times to come to the good times. So it's important to be excited about it, to make the most of it. I know a lot of people go, whatever, you're just trying to justify it. Well, absolutely, because I love doing it. I'm positive and enthusiastic about what's coming. So, lots to look forward to, lots to sort of remember and reflect on. Like I say, all that what was said on Thursday Thoughts, do check it out. One I'm really, really pleased with. I can't reiterate that enough, as much as it does get me, and like I say, it tinged with sadness. I'm just so glad I feel strong enough to openly speak about those things. It makes me a little bit proud of myself, It's something I'd have never done, and especially by the fact that others looking in might wonder, might be a bit sort of put off by what I'm saying, but that doesn't matter, because it doesn't scare me to say how I'm feeling. What drives me on, what motivates me, what inspires me, what I want to do to almost take myself to the next level in this I don't know how you'd put it, in this sort of path of trying to self-develop. That's what DOdaily is for me on a personal level. Whilst I'm trying to help others, I'm just trying to be that little bit better. I said on one sort of comment yesterday that I probably still get it wrong as much as I get it right, and that's not a negative comment. That's not me being down on myself, but I probably really do get it wrong, but every time I'm accepting that I do get it wrong, and that there's a way to put it right. When we ignore those, when we don't talk about the things, or the things that we've done wrong, or the things that could be better, or things that have directed us down certain paths, we tend to just get a little bit lost in ourselves. And now I don't think anybody can accuse me of that, being so open and honest and out there with what's important to me. Like I say, we started the week with doing what you think's right. That's all I do now. I do what I think's right, even if it's talking on Thursday Thoughts about tough subjects, or just getting out for a walk on a Friday morning. Absolutely love doing it. Absolutely know its importance. If you can, make sure you do, wherever it is, whether it's by the river, whether it's in your small pocket of suburbia like I've done in the last couple of weeks, found a couple of hidden gems, or whether it's an amazing country park or national park. The benefits are there for everyone. For me today, it was just about sort of clearing my mind, refreshing, and going again. Looking forward to that weekend. Hopefully you'll have an absolutely fantastic one. So for now, just doing it.